What is poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look at another game review. We have done 2 other game reviews on the channel so far. I do have many more planned, but I am going to be doing these like I'm doing my new style film reviews, show reviews, anime reviews, because there was a problem with the last ones where I wasn't giving enough detail. I was just giving a quick overview of what the graphics were, how acting was, and very simple, and I want to go in more in depth with stuff now. So it's just something I wasn't happy with for a while, and now I'm planning to do much better things and upgrade it like I've upgraded my game videos. If you go back to the start of the channel, you can see how my gaming videos have progressed, and I want to do that with other styles of videos as well to make it the best it can be and make the channel the best it can be so everyone can enjoy their videos. Because that's what I want my channel to be. My channel is a channel for everyone. I try to do as many different variations of videos as I can, so that my channel represents me as a person and the stuff I'm interested in and what I like, but then also anyone can come and watch it and see something they will like as well, with me trying to do cooking videos, gaming videos, commentary videos, and stuff like that. So it's a little bit for everyone. But anyway, let's get into it. Multiverse is an upcoming free-to-play crossover fighting game developed by Player Fist Games and published by Warner Bros. Games for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox 360, no, Xbox 360, Xbox Series S is what I meant to say. I don't know where I got 360 from, but it's also on the Nintendo Switch and stuff like that. But I have played this game on the channel. A lot of you have seen my gameplay for this. I've had a couple of rounds with my montages. I've had a couple of rounds where I try out the new heroes and try out each hero individually. So I do have a good grasp of the game, although I haven't played it since Season 1 and 2, and it has just left the early access, and it's going to be a fully fledged developed game in the next couple of months, which I'm very excited for. But everyone's response to it when it came out was really good. Everyone really enjoyed it when it first came out. Everyone was playing it, having a blast. But we quickly saw a couple of problems with it, with Taz's spin being really overpowered. But then as time went on and the seasons came out and the more updates that came, people started getting bored because obviously I thought it was quite unfair how you only got one character to purchase from start off, and then the rest were in like a cycle. You had 4 characters every week that you could play as online, and I thought that was really, I don't know, because I thought that was really bad, but that's just because of who I wanted to play as. It takes ages to rank up to get the coins, and so you have to pay for characters, and you have to pay for the battle pass as well, which I think is a little unfair that you have to pay for both, but again, it is kind of like how Fortnite and Fall Guys is sort of marketed in Overwatch, where you have to now buy new heroes in Overwatch and buy skins as well. But each character has like 3 to 4 skins, which is pretty unique and pretty cool, and they do sort of look quite different from the original, so it is worth it if you do get an alternative skin. And it does have their iconic sort of outfits that they have throughout their own series or show or movie, depending on what they're in. It is a wide array of characters with some own custom created characters for this game, and I quite like it. This game has so much potential and everyone had high hopes for it, but it all just seemed to go downhill pretty quickly. And I did enjoy it. I like the multiverse. I like dimensional crossovers. You know me, if you're a fan of the channel for a while, you'll know that. So I was pretty hyped for this game. Seeing all these characters, I instantly had loads of favorites. I had Jake the dog, Taz, Harley Quinn, and Finn the human on my 4 favorites. I also did enjoy Shaggy at times, but the other 4 were my favorites. We also had the 2 new characters being introduced as Rick and Morty, and then we also had Black Adam when the Black Adam movie came out, and LeBron James, which is a pretty odd choice to put in. So it wasn't just characters from movies, it was also celebrities, which have also been in their movies, because LeBron James played himself in the new Space Jam. We also did get Gremlins, so it was a nice way to sort of bring back the LEGO Dimensions idea of having old and new Warner Bros. Things coming to a game. With constant updates, you could have characters coming all the time, new characters, so that it could have the biggest roster in gaming history. But that slowly declined when characters started to not be as introduced as frequently, and we got less and less characters being introduced or teased or called upon. Apparently, we have voice lines for Raven and Beast Boy from Teen Titans and Emmett from the Lego Movie, but those never actually came into fruition, or I've never seen anything about them. So there was a lot of speculation around this game and how good it could be, but they just never delivered on it. And the fact that most of the characters were locked behind a paywall for like 3 weeks at a time, it made the game pretty hard to play without spending money. It was like a pay-to-win game because obviously some characters are a lot better than others, and each character has its own unique set of moves. They all had the same sort of, like, why I play on Xbox, so I'm going to use Xbox terms. Sorry if you didn't hear that, I did get a notification. I would like to apologize for that. But Y is like the power move, B is like the strong move, A is jump, X is like light attack, RB is dodge, LB is power move, and stuff like that. So, with all of them having the same button combinations, but just different designs and different moves for those combinations, it does add quite a variety to the game. Like, some characters can jump and create platforms, so that they don't fall to their death when you go off the side. Because this is, again, remember, a Smash Bros. Style game. They created the game. Smash Bros. Created the sort of style for this battle game, and everyone else is just copying it, because we have Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, we have Super Smash Bros., we also have a Cartoon Network Battle Crasher one as well, and now we have a Warner Brothers one. So everyone is trying their hand at this style of game, everyone is trying their hand at some form of racing game. They're all trying to take on Nintendo, but no one can take down Nintendo. Nintendo is a powerhouse. But this market for this type of game is getting very saturated. We have Brawlhalla in this as well. So it is going to be hard to find your footing. It's going to be hard to differentiate yourself. But if you already have popular, well-known characters that people love and enjoy, that is what people think could make for a good game and a good sort of standing point to start a game. And the gameplay is pretty decent. It is very quick, fast-paced, action-packed gameplay. You can play it with your friends. You can play it online against others from across the world. And it's very quick. The matches don't take very long. The characters are pretty cool and unique. And the graphics is this very cartoony, sort of stylized design for this sort of game, and it puts every character in this stylized way, so that it's not like we have other people looking like they do in Injustice and then looking like something else. They have their own style for this game, which is really cool, so that everyone does look like they belong and everyone doesn't look like, no one looks out of place. Like you see like Jake with Chaz, and they don't look out of place. They both look like they belong there, and it's just such... It's a good game, but I think it died too quickly. Everyone overhyped it too fast. And that's what they seem to do with these games. They go in and be like, right, this is going to kill Smash. This is going to be Smash Bros. Replacement. This is going to be the next best Smash. And everyone hypes it up and hypes it up and hypes it up and hypes it up, that it ends up not fulfilling their expectations, and everyone calls it a dead game or a flop. But each skin gets like 3 different skins. Each character gets 3 different skins, which is pretty limited, but again, it was only the beta that I'm talking about, so the real game may be different. But that is another thing that people didn't like. People wanted more skins, more variety of different costumes for the characters, and only having 3 sort of felt very limited and very underwhelming, which sort of led into the falling of the hype. Honestly, I'm going to give it a decent 7, because I did have fun playing it. It can get boring pretty quickly if you're playing with the same, 3 people and you're constantly losing. You're going to get pretty angry at them. You're going to rage quit and shit like that. Personally, I didn't rage quit at this game. It was the other people I played with that did. I play the game for fun, not for, winning. So I don't rage quit that often, if at all. It's, very rare that I do. That's just a little insight about me, though. But... yeah, I think it's a pretty decent game. A solid 7. It's got pretty good characters and pretty weak characters as well. Some of them that I didn't even try out, I didn't even want to use, LeBron James. He didn't, interest me. He seems pretty weak and pretty more complex to use compared to other characters. And I didn't really like that. I didn't really like sort of having to throw the ball and catch the ball around to attack people. I much preferred, the ones that shot bullets and the ones that could stretch so that they could reach across the map with the long range attacks rather than the close range attacks. There is different like styles of character as well. There is like a healer for when you play doubles, because you can play this game solo or you can play it with doubles. And there is healers, there is attacks, and there is long distance characters. So, and brutes. I forgot about brutes. They're like the big tank ones. So there's 4 different types of character, and to be fair, that is all you really need in the game. That's all Overwatch has, that's all Apex has, 4 different categories of character, and it fits, it works. That's all you really need. And to be fair, it's a decent game. The starting characters were solid, it started off really well. I just think everyone overhyped it, and that's the reason it died. Not the fact that the game was bad or the game had any sort of big flaws, other than the fact that you had to purchase every character and they were all hidden behind a paywall, and they were all sort of, most of the good characters were locked behind like the more expensive, hard to get sort of paywall, because they were hardly ever in the sort of weekly roster or whatever. But I like this. I like the art style of this game. I like the graphics. It's very cartoony. It's a very nice sort of vibe. I like it. It's bright and colorful, and you know I like that in games. I like the bright colors and the sort of fancy voice lines. Hearing all these characters interact is another sort of big upgrade for me as well. It sort of hypes the game up more, because seeing all them interact with each other, seeing how they talk with each other, like the voice lines that they have when you're playing with certain characters. Some characters only say certain voice lines with others, and it just works. It's such a good sort of game. There was so much creativity going into it. I just think the train slowed down quite a lot, and everyone sort of just fell off the train because of how slow it got with the updates and with the new stuff. So that's my biggest reason why I think it fell, was because of the lack of updates, but also because people overhyped it, so that the creators of this game couldn't keep up with what everyone wanted, what everyone was saying, and it just crashed and burned that way. But the gameplay isn't bad. It is a good game. Everyone loves Smash. Everyone loves Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I will get into that with the next couple of game reviews. And it's got a good gameplay mechanic. It's not like game-breaking or sort of, like overwhelmingly good. It's a decent gameplay. It's the same old fighting game, but with new fighting characters and new elements to it. But I'm going to stick with my 7. The voice acting is good. I really like their interactions. The art style is really good, very cartoony, and fits to my liking, and the gameplay is decent. The only thing that I don't like is the paywalls and the overhype of the game, because it is still just a 7. It's not nothing like astounding, but it's not, like crap either. I would have liked a story mode, or like a reason to why everyone was there, everyone was fighting, sort of like how Smash has their own story mode. But it's still a good game, and I'm still going to play it. So other than that, hope you all enjoyed. See you all next one. Have a nice day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.